the freakishly tall, hard-hitting, exciting southpaw, Shaquille Thompson. He's quietly amassed an unbeaten record. Shaquille Thompson and Brad Pauls. It's a crackling matchup, it really is. A test for Thompson finally.
So I expect to keep it clean break straight away when told. Both of you watch your heads in close. Good luck to you both. Touch gloves. Good luck.
Howard Foster having a busy night, and so are we. Incredible action brought to you live on the global home of boxing, DAZN. Deep into the Magnificent Seven, and a marvellous middleweight matchup here. Sheffield's undefeated Shaquille Thompson. He's the southpaw here, tackling the more seasoned. Late at night. It's a tough business, professional boxing, when you've got a job as well. And a nice shot there from Brad Pauls, start of the second. Huge step up, but he turned away from that. There is a promise of an IBF championship vacant, I think, on the line in the summer.
How quickly Thompson was to fill that space and that gap and apply pressure to Pauls and make him go backwards. Did a couple of good right hands though, Pauls.
Yep.
Used to be in my camp early on, and Danny Barber as well from the famous green and gold of Wrexham. Another beautiful 1-2 from Brad Pauls.
Boxing well, isn't he?
Yep, he's really warming up here, Brad Pauls, easing into this. Good defence.
You said it, Don, as well. It's typically not what you do, is to come inside the southpaw's jab hand to land your own right, because you could easily walk into his backhand, but it's working for Brad Pauls. I think if you're Thompson and maybe in the corner, you would suggest, rather than just single jab, the 1-2 every now and again, he might walk onto it.
He could also spin off that front foot, throw the right hook instead of jabbing, which he's sort of neglecting now. Just spin off that front foot and throw the right hook.
Body shot there though from Thompson, and it did. Backed up in the neutral corner as the power of Dr. Steele, and he smiles, they both do. And Brad Pauls from Cornwall, but trains up in London mostly. He won that last round despite being hurt at the end of it.
Yeah, he did. He boxed really, really well, but I think he'll get a lot of encouragement from hurting Pauls with that body shot. You can see a bit more spite in the shots. That's a lovely left uppercut.
For a tall guy, he can get up close, the uppercut and left hand, and he's starting to let the combinations go here. Shaquille Thompson just beginning to dominate now. Thompson. Oh, right hand from Pauls, still dangerous. Had success with that in the second and third round, and was caught at the end of the third, but it'd be interesting if he really takes the fight to Thompson, who's a couple of rounds down Brad Pauls on Carl's, on the fan zone card.
You can't stand there and admire your own work, Thompson. He'd be frustrated with that. He just stood there in front of Pauls, no head movement, wasn't ready to move out of the way, and he just took that right hand. So just a reminder, you've got to stay switched on. He's working nicely. He's looking a lot more spiteful now, but you've got to concentrate on defence. Really high up in the air.
I think some of these jabs just busting his eyes up as well, Brad Pauls. He's been blinking badly a couple of times, especially the right eye, to break through Brad Pauls a bit, even with that tight defence. Pauls still pot-shotting and having some success. Yep, he's got very good fundamentals, Brad Pauls always has, but it's the slippery, awkward, whipping shots from Thompson.
At times, shades of another middleweight from Sheffield, the great Harold Graham.
Well, that's a big call. One of the best to never win a world title. Harold Graham would have done in this day and age, definitely. Brilliant fighter under Brendan Ingle. His first big star, really, before Prince Nassim Hamad and Kelbrook and all the others. And here comes Shaquille Thompson, who wants to become a world champion for the Steel City, and may just do that, but still work to do to detract and infuriate Brad Pauls.
Up in the tempo a bit with his work here, isn't he, Thompson?
Body shots. That's what Roger Sampson asked for in the corner. Right hand from Paul, but is he doing enough? Just at times unwilling to really let the punches go, but Thompson starting to find crisp combinations, and we could have a world champion in waiting, potentially.
Paul said it at the press conference. He said one of us is potentially 2 fights away from being a world champion. That's how important a win here is.
Still there's more from Thompson, one back from Paul's, but he just can't sustain it. Couple of right hands, but Nuki bomb. Can he find something explosive late on, as we've seen before? But Shaquille Thompson has been dominant through this. He's boxed really well. Up the tempo, the levels when he's needed to.
And the shots have just started to land a little bit more regularly and a little bit cleaner as well.
Body shot there, in from Thompson with the right hand. Brad Pauls felt that, and you wonder, having taken so much, will he be able to? That I've seen before with Thompson is the uppercut on the inside. That's a potent weapon for someone so tall, but he's just chipping away here. The Sheffield man, Dr. Steele. Brad Pauls, fair play to him, very courageous, coming back at him.
So tricky, he really is. On the flip side, can he find a finish here to close what has been a very good performance so far? Shown us an awful lot, he has.
Yep, stopped Nathan Heaney in the 12th, right at the end, Brad Pauls, so there will be belief. There will be hope that he's a mile behind on the fans' unofficial card. 3 judges at ringside, and we've seen some varied decisions, Carl, haven't we, in the last few weeks?
Yeah, we have, but he's having a go here, and the instructions were correct in the corner from Brad Pauls. He has to let the hands go a little bit more, and he's listened to them, and he's trying. It needs to be sustained. It can't be in bursts of 30 seconds at a time. It needs to be from the end, from now, right now, till the end of the fight.
And for Thompson, he moves into the 9th round. Thompson's caught him. How about this one done? And Shaquille Thompson is down in the first minute of the 9th round. He's been utterly dominant, but Brad Pauls is going for it, and now we have a big twist in the plot for almost the entire fight, but into the 9th round late on, and a right hand there from Brad Pauls, which he'd been throwing occasionally through the night, finally gets the one bang on the chin of Thompson and floors him twice, and Howard Foster calls it off. Thompson loses, Darren, for the first time in his career.
That right hand there may have just earned Brad Pauls a shot at the IBF world title. That's how important that shot was. And I hope he gets it. Up until the Nathan Heaney fight, which was a few fights ago. 2
minutes left, boys.
Plenty of time left. And Shaquille Thompson is in danger of being knocked out here. He was in the amateurs, and has it come back to haunt him? Brad Pauls a mile behind on points, and it's more drama in Manchester.
This is unbelievable. He's responding to the coaching.
What a win! Brad Pauls has won it. The fire and into the limelight. Brad Pauls is back at 32.
Knew who Brad Pauls was. He deserved a big opportunity. That was an unbelievable comeback win.
What a stoppage. Look at this. He was not going to let Thompson off the hook. You thought, will he survive? The legs were still gone. There was another shot here that he desperately trying to hold on. There was a short right hook, and Howard Foster straight in. Look at the scenes afterwards as well. That right hook there, you can see Howard Foster having a look, another right hand on the top of the head, and that's all she wrote. Incredible scenes.
We said shoot or bust. Brad Pauls listened to Terry Stewart, and he has got maybe the win of his life. British champion before, but this, at this stage.
Therefore, your winner by way of technical knockout, and now the IBF International Middleweight Champion, the Nuki Bomb, Brad Pauls.